Bukhari Hadith 135 to 144 and Hadith 1 to 10 of chapter 4 ablutions, the wuzu. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 1 of chapter 4, narrated Abu Huraira. Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, the prayer of a person who does hadith, passes urine, stool or wind is not accepted till he performs the ablution. A person from Hadmount asked Abu Huraira, what is hadith? Abu Huraira replied, hadith means the passing of wind. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 2 of chapter 4 ablutions, narrated Noam al-Mujmir. Once I went up the roof of the mosque along with Abu Huraira. He performed ablution and said, I heard the Prophet ﷺ saying, on the day of resurrection, my followers will be called Al-Ghurul Mujallun from the trace of ablution, and whoever can increase the area of his radiance should do so, that is by performing ablution regularly. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 3 of Book 4, narrated Abbad bin Tamim. My uncle asked Allah's Messenger about a person who imagined to have passed wind during the prayer. Allah's Apostle replied, he should not leave his prayers unless he hears sound or smells something. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 4 of Book 4 ablutions, narrated Qurab. Ibn Abbas said, the Prophet ﷺ slept till he snored and then prayed, or probably lay till his breath sounds were heard, and then got up and prayed. Ibn Abbas added, I stayed overnight in the house of my aunt Maimuna. The Prophet ﷺ slept for a part of the night, and late in the night he got up and performed ablution from a hanging water skin, a light perfect ablution, and stood up for the prayer. I too performed a similar ablution. Then I went and stood to his left. He drew me to his right and prayed as much as I wished, and again lay and slept till his breath sounds were heard. Later on, the Muadhin, call maker for the prayer, came to him and informed him that it was time for prayer. Prophet ﷺ went with him for the prayer without performing a new ablution. Sufyan added to Amr that some people said, the eyes of Allah's Messenger sleep but his heart doesn't sleep. Amr replied, I heard Ubaid bin Umar saying that the dreams of Prophet were divine inspiration, and then he recited the verse, I, Abraham, see in the dream, O my son, that I offer you in the sacrifice to Allah. The Prophet ﷺ went with him for the prayer without performing a new ablution. Sufyan said to Amr that some people said, the eyes of Allah's Messenger ﷺ sleep, but his heart doesn't sleep. Amr replied, I heard Ubaid bin Umar saying that the dreams of prophets were divine inspiration, and then he recited the verse, I, Abraham, see in a dream, O my son, that I offer you in the sacrifice to Allah. Hadith 5 of Book 4, narrated Usama bin Zaid. Allah's Messenger ﷺ proceeded from Arafat till when he reached the mountain's pass. He dismounted, urinated, and then performed ablution, but not a perfect one. I said to him, is it the time for the prayer, O Allah's Messenger? He said, the place of prayer is ahead of you. He rode till he reached Al-Muzdalifah. He dismounted and performed ablution, and a perfect one. The call for Iqamah was pronounced, and he led the Maghrib prayer. Then everybody made his camel kneel down at its place. Then the Iqamah was pronounced for the Isha prayer, which the Prophet ﷺ led, and no prayer was offered in between the two. That is prayers Isha and Maghrib. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 6 of chapter 4 ablutions, narrated Ata bin Yasir. Ibn Abbas performed ablution and washed his face in the following way. He ladled out a handful of water, rinsed his mouth, and washed his nose with it by putting in water and then blowing it out. He then took another handful of water and did like this, gesturing, joining both hands, and washed his face, took another handful of water and washed his right forearm. He again took another handful of water and washed his left forearm and passed wet hands over his head, and took another handful of water and poured it over his right foot up to his ankles and washed it thoroughly, and similarly took another handful of water and washed thoroughly his left foot up to the ankles, and said, I saw Allah's Messenger performing ablution in this way. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 7 of Book 4, narrated Ibn Abbas. The Prophet ﷺ said, if any one of you on having sexual interactions with his wife said, and he must say it before starting, in the name of Allah, O Allah, protect us from shaitan, and also protect what you bestow upon us, that is the coming offspring, from shaitan. And if it is destined then that they should have a child, then shaitan will never be able to harm that child. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 8 of Book 4, Ablutions, narrated Anas. Whenever the Prophet ﷺ went to answer the call of nature, he used to say, Allah, I seek refuge with you from all offensive and wicked things, evil deeds and evil spirits. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 9 of Book 4, narrated Ibn Abbas. Once the Prophet ﷺ entered a lavatory and I placed water for his ablution. He asked who placed it. He was informed accordingly, and so he said, O Allah, make him, means Ibn Abbas, a learned scholar in religion. Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith 10 of Book 4, narrated Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, if any one of you goes to an open space for answering the call of nature, he should neither face nor turn his back towards the Qibla. He should either face the east or the west.